Okay, the fact that we're sitting in the setup again, you already know what's about to happen. You're probably looking at the screen like, girl, it's been a month. And I'm aware. Don't get me wrong, like, I've been alive and breathing. I've been active. I've been doing stuff. I've been on YouTube practically every single day of my life since the last video. I just haven't posted anything. But I brought tea for this update because it's about to get a little sticky. I'm being so dramatic. That's not about to happen. Anyway, roll the intro. You can even sit in peace, 'cause all of these niggas be on you. Hey guys, and if you didn't know, now you know. My name is Masie, and welcome back to my channel. Honestly, I'm in a good headspace right now. I took a month off from posting, and I'm glad I did that. I'm gonna get into the details of everything that was going on, but other than that, I've had a really good run. But besides that, it was mainly just because like school was going on. Also, the Springboks were playing, and guys, I'm sorry, but when it comes to the Springboks, nothing else mattered. Literally, nothing else mattered. You couldn't have convinced me so anything. I was living and breathing rugby for the past month. And the finals were last week. We won, yay. I just needed a break, honestly. There's no I was getting sick of it or whatever. I love posting. I'd sit in my bed and think of really cool video ideas that I would really like to incorporate. But then I was just like, choose happiness. So yeah, but I'm done procrastinating. I'm back and I'm better than ever. New hair, of course. The last time you saw me, I had those blonde braids on. No, absolutely not. And the thing is, as soon as I got back from the US, I think another reason I chose to go on this break was because as soon as I got back, I was like, let's hop on this content train. Let's, build up on it. I needed to breathe. Which is why the video even came out like a month or 2 months after I went on the trip. I can't even remember. Let's get into the life updates. So, first order of business, ladies and gentlemen. You are looking at a certified driver. Like, I can go vroom vroom. I can go clutch, gear one, vroom vroom. Literally, I got my manual license. I was so excited getting my automatic, but then peer pressure, everyone was like, just get a manual. So I got a manual license. Honestly, it wasn't that deep. It was really easy. The inside parts where like you do the parallel parking, three-pointer, and the steep, like all of that was easy. I was petrified for the driving on the road part because wow. And the funny thing is, everyone who I spoke to after told me that it was the opposite for them. Like the road test was the easiest part. It was the yard test that really like creeped them out. Like, oh no. But I was fine. The whole point is I got it done. I have my license. I can drive. Do I have a car is the question. And the answer to that question is it's a work in progress. We're getting there. Like my parents have a plan. And well, they had a plan, but they didn't stick to the plan. Long story short, they were meant to get me a car. They ended up buying themselves a new car. So that's literally where I'm at with life right now. But then they're telling me, nah, don't stress. I know what the advancement plan is, but I'm only going to reveal what that plan is when I have the car. If I get the car, I'll get the car. I'll get it. I hope. I'm currently in my last term of school. School so far has been very trash. Like nothing, guys. Term one was probably, I thought term one was as bad as it could get because you're new, you don't understand anything, you're getting used to the school. Whoever told me that school is easy, like, oh, going after, it's not that deep, you don't write exams, it's a breeze. You lied straight to my face. It's not easy. It's a lot of hard work, actually. I'm doing station 3, which is data and grading, sound design, cinematography. and lighting, but lighting falls under cinematography basically. We had DPP week. I know I said in the previous video I was gonna vlog DPP week. I lied. Like I said I was gonna vlog DPP week last term. That never happened. I was like, we'll try again next term. Didn't even. Nope, not even. But you know what is coming up? FPP week. So FPP week is next weekend. I'm gonna try, guys. Like I'm gonna try and vlog FPP week. It might work out, it might not work out. I'm not gonna like force myself to get it done, but I would love to get it done because then I have content. But if I can't get it done, I tried. Next thing is just the mental health check. My mental health the past month, it was okay. October wasn't the worst month, I think. I can't remember actually what happened in October. But it wasn't the worst. Oh no, it was just school. Like in terms of my social life has been great. And then in terms of school, it was just bad. I would cry almost every day. Like I just needed the weekends to be a couch potato. I just needed to focus on the books and nothing but the books. Like I genuinely hated waking up and going to school this whole term. And now I'm on my week off until next week, which is great and then I'm gonna have another week off after FPP, so that hopefully goes well. In terms of my mental state, I was just not doing great, but that was also because I was neglecting the one thing that was keeping me sane for a long time, which was just like praying, reading my Bible, going to church. Like I started picking up on that, and immediately life started to take a turn. Like I barely could even like concentrate on the smallest of things. Like I chose to stop working out in the whole of September, the whole of October. I was just like, I'm not gonna do this to myself. And now it's November, and I think it's gonna be a fun thing to implement. I'm trying to be creative with how I work on my social media, and I'm gonna do a 30-day challenge. It's not necessarily starting on the 1st of November. I think today's even like the 3rd, is it? I don't know. I think it's the 3rd, but I'm gonna probably start, if not this weekend, on Monday. I'm doing a challenge where I am going to willingly wake myself up in the mornings. In terms of school and stuff, it may change. It may not change depending on if I start driving myself to school or not within this month. But school closes in a month, so we'll see. We will genuinely see. But yeah, guys, if anything, talk about your mental health. That's one thing I didn't do, and I kind of regret not opening up about how I was feeling on certain days. I only really opened up to one person about that, and we like speak about it, and that helped. I eventually did open up about how I was feeling. And then I became a gushing, overflowing pond of tears on some days. But it's okay, because have one of those people in your life who doesn't mind. Like someone who will sit there and listen to everything that you're going through, and they tell you everything that they're going through. And you can go through it together, you know. And then life starts to feel a bit better. Yeah. America. Let's talk about that, because I feel like that is the one topic that everyone has been harassing me about ever since I got back. Everyone was like, are you staying in the country? Are you leaving? Like, what happened? What happened? So here's the explanation. I had the privilege to travel with a group of a few other South Africans who were also involved in modeling, acting, dancing, singing, that whole jazz. And we flew over to the US, and we basically got to go to a convention where we got to meet different agents, and we had the opportunity to showcase our talents and, like, you know, basically say, hey, if you wanna like sign me, here I am. And I went there not expecting to get signed by anyone, not expecting anyone to recognize me at all. I was just going there to basically just be in a different country and see what that feels like. Like, that's all I wanted out of the trip. I was not expecting half of the things that happened to me to even happen to me while I was that side. And I wish I was more prepared and more understanding of what I was heading into. because I'm based in South Africa, but all those agents are based in the US. So I went there thinking no one's really gonna recognize me, so I'm not gonna jump the gun and like potentially think of like moving across the other side of the country. I was like, yeah, sure, but like it's not gonna happen. Like I wanted it to happen, but that was just the once that I don't think I was prepared for, honestly. Even now when people contact me and tell me that they are going to the auditions for the convention that's happening in December, I tell them like it's a great opportunity, definitely worth the money that you spend on it, but mentally be prepared to like for the possibility of you maybe moving that side if this is something you want to take seriously. Yeah, I went with my team, my manager, director, my director Tennille was there, and she also had another colleague of hers, Melissa. Yes, Melissa. She was also there. She was helping us just navigate our way around the hotel because we had workshops with different industry professionals. We also had this one thing called Showcase. So Showcase was like, you know, when you perform, there's like an awards evening, but then there's performances in between. So then Showcase was like, if you'd like to be a part of the Showcase, join. And I was like, sure, bet, let's join Showcase. Don't get me wrong, Showcase was fun. Like it was so much fun. Like meeting all these dancers from different parts of the world and just like bonding and stuff. Like that was fun. That was really fun. But guys, BFFR, like be real with yourselves. I have never worked as hard as I worked when I was that side. It would literally be, I'd wake up at 7, we'd be busy with workshops and like competitions throughout the day, and then we'd finish at like 5 or 6. From 6 until midnight, guys, I was at Showcase rehearsal day in, day out. Even keep in mind, throughout the day, wherever we had breaks as dancers, you're rehearsing for Showcase. Like it was a mawaza, it was a mess. Like, oh, like it wasn't a mess as in like everything was going wrong. It was a mess as in everyone else got to go to freaking like Disney World and watch the fireworks, or like go down the streets and go shopping, or like just explore. Like everyone who wasn't in the Showcase was exploring, and I was literally finishing kabama 11, 12 o'clock every day. And then like I'd sleep just to wake up the next day and do it all over again. Like, oh, like it took a lot of strong will. Also keep in mind, the Showcase didn't count towards anything. It was just for fun. But at the same time, I don't regret it because I had too much fun rehearsing. Like, it was so much fun, especially just bonding with everyone, talking, getting to know each other. I met people from Denmark, Romania, Mexico, the US, Slovakia, Ireland, and I was like, what? There were so many countries there, I couldn't remember. Like about 32 to 39 variations of countries were at this convention, and it was insane. Like I had so much fun. I got to meet some people who I admire so much. I met him in real life, in the flesh. Still starstruck to this day. Still shake to this day. I cannot believe that I met this man. I'm a huge fanatic of dance movies, and every dance movie that I watched as a kid, he choreographed like some dance that was in that movie, and I was like, like I was literally panicking out of my mind, and I was like, oh my gosh, you are the literal genius behind every movie I've ever watched in my life that I have enjoyed ever. He's the nicest person in the world. I feel like being a weirdo and DMing him on Instagram, but like he's like big time. I'm not there yet. Like he's one of those people, like you may not know him, but you know the choreography and you're like, whoa, that move was so sick. The dancers don't come up with this stuff. He does. There's a mind behind the mind. Like, yeah, the dancer can do it. But like the combinations of like all the movements, all the dances, all of that, it's just mind blowing. Like my favorite genre of movie is dance movies. And he just takes dance to like another level, literally. And it was so fun. Even like people who are doing dance or something for fun, he wouldn't judge that like they don't have good technique or whatever. He literally just emphasizes feeling it and like being in the moment, and like, oh man, he's just such a great choreographer. And I was just like, we were as dancers, like the ones who were in Division 1, because we all had like rehearsals with him together, and some of the Division 2 girls came along with, and we were like staring at each other the whole time. We were like, oh my gosh, like we were fangirling so hard that it was so bad. But oh man, that was like the most mind-blowing experience, literally. Long story short, so that I can cut this, I went, I had fun, and then awards evening came up. So throughout the convention there were competitions, which was basically just a chance for the agents to get to see you, see your talent, see what you're about and stuff like that. And then awards night came, and awards night served. Like, I was not expecting to get anything, but oh no, wait, forget about awards night. We need to rewind to before awards night. We had callbacks. So callbacks is basically when the agents, after the competitions in the morning, for like about 5 to 6 hours, you're basically just networking, meeting agents and talking to them. And then the callbacks are the agents who are interested in you and want to see you basically, and just like talk to you and like get to know you and stuff like that. And my oh my, so I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, so I need to prepare my tone. So out of everyone, I got the most callbacks. There were about 70 agencies that were present throughout the convention. 70 or 80, I can't remember. And out of the 70 or 80, I got 40 callbacks, like 40 of them said, hi, we'd like to see you again and like talk, you know. And I was like, oh my gosh. Obviously, I couldn't go to all 40. So what I did was I took that sheet of like the list of names and I like took it to the person who was working at the station, and I was like, ma'am, I need your help. I'm not gonna see all these people. I don't know who's the right person to see, because some were just casting directors. I wasn't really interested in meeting the casting directors. I was interested in meeting managers, agents, and like those people specifically for like modeling and acting, or ones that do both, or ones that if they only do acting, that was also fine. Like I needed to find someone who was like, you know, willing. So then she gave me a recommendation in terms of like, if are you like a newcomer, or are you looking for someone who's more on a professional level? And I was like, I'm like a newcomer, I'm still trying to build myself. So then she gave me the recommendations of who she recommends. She gave me her tops, her bottoms, and I was like, thank you. And I went to basically all of them. It was about a list of like 10 to 15 people out of the 40. Went to them, spoke to them. Life was great. Afterwards, we had the awards evening. And now the awards evening, I don't know how they calculate these votes. I still haven't figured it out. I'm assuming it's by the number of callbacks you get. But at the same time, I don't think that's how it works. I feel like a panel of people, like, they watch you and then they're like, this one, yes, that one. But then keep in mind, guys, there were so many people at this convention. Like, I'm not kidding you. There were 1,000 people at this convention. At least 1,000, if I'm being somewhat accurate. If not, just under 1,000 people. Out of those 1,000, they only recognized the top 5. And that evening, every category that I entered in, I got an award for, and I placed within the top 3 in every category. So like in total, I can't remember, I got 9 awards because I entered 9 categories, and of the 9, 4 of them were gold. I think 2 was silver, and then the 3 were bronze, or it could have been 3 silver, 2 bronze, but I think it was 2 silvers, 3 bronzes. I'm just gonna put it here. I could be wrong, so there it is. The 4 that I won, I got for best dancer, best fashion print, best headshot, And the one I was not expecting at all, because please keep in mind, I was competing with like proper full-on runway models. 2 of these women walked for Fashion Week, okay? Then literally in the adults division, if I can put it that way, adults division is everyone who's 18 and above, and that is a lot of people. I got model of the year, which was unexpected, of course. I was like, someone who's tall and fabulous is gonna win this, obviously. I swear I was deceiving people because I was wearing those long heels, those very long glossy ones that I wore to my MD. And everyone was probably like, oh, it makes sense. Like, she's so tall. You should have seen people's faces when I took off those heels when we were taking photos after the awards. Like, I'm so short compared to all these other women. Like, I'm short. And the fact that I even won, I think I just deceived them with the way I walked, which was insane. But yeah, long story short, that was it. And then I came back to the country, and of course, people asked me the deeming question of, did I take any opportunities? Do I have any opportunities? I received a lot. I kept in contact with some of the agents, but at the end of the day, it was a thing of, this is what I meant by I wasn't necessarily prepared for it, because I went, I did everything that I wanted to do, but I didn't have not the mindset. I just didn't want to stop studying. That was my one thing. Like, yes, it could go well. I could create a whole career for myself that side. Everything could work out. I have very good agents who are willing to represent me, but I'm not at a point where I feel like this is it. This is the right moment to get into it right now. Mainly also because the actors' strike is still going on. I am aware that the actors' strike is over, but please keep in mind, I shot this video before the actors' strike ended. So I'm not ignorant. I'm aware. Just keep that in mind when you watch the rest of this. Thank you. And in solidarity, people aren't going to work. There's work that people are still allowed to do because it's not for like these big companies which are regarding the AMPTP. If you don't know about the actors' strike, I would recommend you do some research on it, because it's affecting actors practically all over the world. South African actors aren't really taking it as seriously, mainly because we live in an economy where people in this country don't really care too much about it, because we don't have a strong union. Our union isn't as firm as I wish it was. The Actors Guild is trying in South Africa, but it's just not as big as what's going on that side in the US, whereas basically every actor is under the guild. Whereas on this side, that's not the case. Or if it is, we don't know this. Like, I bet some of you didn't even know South Africa had an Actors Guild. Like, that is how it is in that sense. So because of the actors' strike, and also mainly because I want to finish school, I want to have a degree, those are all priorities for me. That is why I was like, no, and really capitalize on the bigger opportunities. There were smaller ones with people who were willing to work with me remote, like if I stay here and they're all the way that side. But the problem with that as well is, like, after a while, people stop contacting you, especially agents. If they say, this person isn't really bringing in revenue, should we really still stick with them and stuff like that? So I didn't want to be that cause. I didn't want to cause that problem. I was just like, I'd rather stay here and focus on building something for myself here before I try and jump that side. And most importantly, get my degree. I didn't realize how important that degree was to me until I started setting everything into perspective and thinking I was not about to become a school dropout. I was not about to regret this for the rest of my life. I knew the one thing I would regret more was not finishing school. My parents have already spent so much money on my first year. Might as well finish the last two, you know. So yes. And then just to finish off the video, I want to just explain some of the future plans I have going on for myself. So I'm definitely going to try and get that FPP week video done. And I also want to incorporate December vlogs. That is a big thing. I really want to vlog this December. I'm pushing for my parents to like take us on holiday somewhere. I said we don't have to go somewhere like Cape Town, which is just very expensive. But we've gone to Cape Town the past 2 years. We don't need to go again. We could have gone to Durban again, but I wasn't really feeling Durban. But then I realized the one place we always go to, but we never stay over, is Sun City. So we're probably gonna go to Sun City. Also, I have a few potential jobs coming up. Nothing, well, the one I'm doing in December is industry related, more like from the perspective of my degree, what I'm studying in motion picture. So I'm really excited for that. That's a job that could be happening. I'm not gonna vlog because I feel like that's kind of weird. And I also have another job that I am currently busy with, but this is like for a permanent part-time job that I will be doing for maybe the next year, 2 years, I will see. It has to do with like skincare, which is something I'm very passionate about, but I never talk about because I don't want to talk to people about skincare when my skincare routine is like all volumes. I'm still sorting out the deets with all of that, trying to set up my whole website on how it's going to work. It's basically like a business that sells these things, but you set it up as if it's your own business. Like, I'm my own boss, I run it, I try and sell these products to clients and stuff like that. And it's like everything I control digitally through my phone, my laptop. I can do it just like that. So it's like if I'm at school, I can do a bit when I'm free. I come home in the evenings, do a bit there, and I'm super excited. I've always wanted to do something regarding skincare wellness, and this is where it's going to start. And I can also make extra income from it, because the one thing I really want to start doing is making my own income. I love my parents, adore them, thank them for everything they've done, but I need to start taking responsibility at some point. So why not now? Lastly, just putting it out there, there's not going to be a vlogmas from me. I think that was kind of obvious, seeing that my posting schedule is kind of crap. And I even wrote here, I'm done promising a posting schedule. Thanks. I wish I could say I'm going to post every second Saturday or every Saturday, but I can't make those promises. What I can promise is you will get a video every month, for sure. That is one thing I'm definitely wanting to keep up with. And moving forward, I will try my best to implement that. There's so much more details I could go into in terms of the trip I had in America, but if that's something you guys want to see, please let me know. I'm gonna say it again, guys. The comments are there for a reason. Please write something in the comments. Tell me video ideas. If you're scared people are gonna see your comments, just shoot me a DM on Instagram. The amount of DMs I've actually been answering this week, I didn't even talk about that. Guys, my Instagram, it didn't blow up, but like so many people started following me within the last month, specifically because my agency made a post about me on their page, and then everyone who wanted to audition for that just came flocking. And literally like a month ago, I had 350 followers. I have 500 now. 150 new strangers came out of nowhere. Like, it's weird. But it also brought up this job opportunity that I'm talking about now. Like, they saw my profile, they were like, you fit the aesthetic that we're going for, and we'd love if you want to be a part of this. And I was like, well, why not at this point? Like, I have to swallow my pride and face the fact that, like, as a student, you need to have money. Like, that's a thing you need. But at the same time, I don't need to like constantly be asking my parents for it if I can make it myself. And yeah, I'm gonna get into the details of that, of business as well, maybe, but it's mainly gonna be like on my other socials, like my Instagram and my TikTok. I made a Facebook page. Like, I'm trying to be real serious with it. But yeah, maybe Threads. I don't have Twitter. Twitter's toxic. I deleted my Twitter account. I don't know if I deleted it actually. I think I just deleted the app. I have to check. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys are ready for this new journey with me. I'm in my working girl era, which is kind of weird and scary. It's frightening because I don't know how other people are going to take it, but at the same time, I've already put myself out there by putting videos of myself on YouTube. I might as well continue in this whole content creation thing and earn from it, because the thing is, with content creation, there was nothing really driving me to do it, and now that it's something that I can actually relate to, I mean, why not, you know? So yeah, but other than that, I hope you guys really enjoyed. Please, again, leave a comment down below of what you would like to see from me. I'm just falling at this point, I don't know. Like, I'm just playing a game of maybe they want this, maybe they don't. And yeah, please, once again, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. Guys, we're almost at 100 subscribers. Like, my goal for 2023 was to reach 100 subscribers. There's 2 months left. Like, I need 5 of you. I think we're at 95 or we're at 94. I can't remember. But please, those 5-6 of you watching this video right now, all you literally have to do is just press subscribe. And some of you, another thing, you might think you're subscribed to a channel and then you'll probably exit right now and see you're not subscribed. Guys, it's free. Just subscribe. It's not that deep, honestly. Like, you know, it is. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.